Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. So obviously Lurk has some new shiny toys in the term of Blood in the Water. So obviously if you guys didn't see this card in the expansion, it's a 5 mana Bilge Water Rally that actually has Lurk in it. That is deal 1 to anything and then you rally. So they got some additional support in terms of rally. Now the idea with this card in this deck is that you do play a lot of overwhelms between the Surfside Wrath and the Surfside Doombreaker. That allow you to, and because they also have high health, right? So this one has 6 health, this one has 5. So it allows you to attack with your overwhelm units and then be able to rally and attack again with your overwhelm units. Obviously, Rek'Sai herself also has overwhelm, but usually if you're leveling up Rek'Sai, you're already winning the game anyways. Wait for without the rally. So I don't expect the situation where you level up Rek'Sai and then get to rally to really matter that much. Really, the key will be that you have these 2 units on the field, or you're able to clear like the opponent's board with like your fish on their attack turn, and then you're able to rally, right? So obviously that's a 13 mana play, but it is a consideration in certain situations, right? So that's the addition of this card and why we showcase in this deck today. The rest of the deck is pretty straightforward and pretty much the same. You are playing like your 1-drops, so 3 Sharkly, 3 Surfside Hatchling. We do play 3 Treasure Seekers because it's so important for you to have a 1-drop when you have turn 1 attack token that you want to make sure that you have 9 of them to almost guarantee that you get one every time. In fact, if you don't have one on turn 1, I will say mulligan everything to try to get a 1-drop unit on turn 1 to attack with. Triple Chronomancer is really good. So obviously Treasure Seeker and Chronomancer are not Lurk cards, and there are only non-Lurk cards in the deck. So we have 6 non-Lurk and 34 Lurk cards. So it's very likely for you to hit Lurk every time that you attack, even without predicting. But the Chronomancer is so good in this deck because you can predict with her. And if you have attack token on 2, you're able to predict and try to hit your Rek'Sai or your Pyke, which is very important to try to predict them into the top of your deck. Call the Pack. Really good as well, especially if you start with a Rek'Sai or a Pyke in your hand. It lets you send them back into your deck and be able to get the value from them. Hammerfin, so the Hammer Snout and the Snapjaw Swarm, straightforward. Lurk cards, really good Lurk cards. This is like one of your good ways to remove some of the opponent's threats, right? Then we have Triple Rek'Sai, straightforward. Usually you don't want to see her in your hand early, you want to see her later on. Actually, if she's in your deck, it gives higher chance of you being able to predict into her. Surfside Collar, great. Just like how we talked about the Chronomancer, you want to be able to predict and be able to hit your Rek'Sai, your Pyke. So that's why she's here that's why the Collar is here in the deck. Pyke, he did get nerfed, so his death from below is a lot weaker now that it's always going to be 1 damage behind, but it can still get really crazy really quickly, especially being able to hit some Rek'Sais or some Snapjaw to be able to advance this further as fast as possible. So Pyke can still win you a ton of games, so I recommend obviously playing him in the deck. Then we have the Under Titan, right, and our Doombreaker, which are our big overwhelm units that we talked about, and they're the best units to synergize with your new rally. And then we do play 2 Joltfish to be able to potentially finish up, like clear up the opponent's board later on in the game as we need to. So yeah, obviously Lurk is pretty straightforward. You're gonna die and win games just based on whether you hit Lurk or not. So it's kind of a little bit of RNG there. But because we have barely any non-Lurk cards, the RNG is a lot less reduced. But as you'll see in one of the games today, even with that, sometimes you just get unlucky and just miss Lurk anyways. But yeah, anyways, if you like the content, remember you can subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day, especially once we come back from our work trip. See you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Deep without Maokai. Okay, so I respect it. I like this whole hand except for the hatchling. I think we have enough value here. Obviously, we do this on turn 2. Okay, we get the hatchling back, so the game probably thinks that we need the hatchling. This on turn 2, right, will give us the predict into potentially Pyke or Rek'Sai. Seeing that he's back, because it means we have a lower chance of actually hitting Rek'Sai. I like the Hammerfin because we can play the Hammerfin plus this next turn. When he decides to give us the 4 damage in there, that's okay with us. Yeah, so next turn we can play the Hatchling plus the Hammerfin, and then turn 3 play the Surfside Collar. Or we can just play this and play this next turn. It's also an option. We don't have to do the hatchling, because I feel like the hatchling... Yeah, so perfect. Especially if the opponent's doing this for us. Then we're gonna go this, and this we actually gonna do the walking sands. So we're actually gonna do the walking sands instead of anything else. We could also just do this. We could double kill the Scarabs. We run the risk of missing Lurk if we do that. I think we always have to go for the Cersei collar. I think it's too valuable for us to actually get... And we can start going for our big guys. It's too valuable for us to actually get the Lurk this turn. So I can't risk potentially missing Lurk. Even though we have 2 of the 6 cards in our deck already. We already played it. But at least it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world. Now, opponent does have 5 mana. They have Undergrowth. They could threaten to save the Scarab. So maybe the Walking Sands doesn't actually make sense anymore. Maybe we actually go for the Hatchling. Because I want to play around Undergrowth, right? Undergrowth is 3 mana. If we attack the Scarab with Walking Sands, he's able to save his Scarab. So it's too good of a value though to play this, isn't it? It's such good value to just play this. Because I kind of don't want to play. I don't want to die to a Battle Feast with some of the Hatchling. Opponent not doing anything though. I guess the other option is that we don't have to actually pull with the Sandstone Charger. We can pull with the Collar. Yeah, I think this is fine. Well, I guess if he does that for us, I'm willing to just do this. No? We can always put a second... Yeah, so the opponent just did this. I think I'm okay doing this. I think I'm okay doing it this way. We still get the Sea Scarab because opponent tapped out of the Undergrowth. We can do... Okay, yeah. We can do the second Hammer Snout on the Wanderer, so that we can pull and sacrifice it to the Treasure Seeker. That's a little bit unfortunate. I like the Under Titan here. It's a big unit. You have a pretty wide board. If opponent attacks, obviously we just sacrifice the Treasure Seeker, so that's not really valuable for them. Triple Scarab. Triple Scarab is a problem. Triple Scarab is a problem. He's very close to deep as well. Triple Scarab is a problem. Sea monsters cost 1 less. But it has 21. Next turn that's gonna be 20. I need... Pyke is a good option. Pyke is a good option. I don't know if it's enough, though. I don't think Pyke is enough. I don't think Pyke is enough. An opponent could easily go deep here if they have, like, double Jettison and clear a whole board. Killing this Wanderer means that they get value. What if we just... What if we're supposed to go after the Mega Tusk? What if we're supposed to go after the Mega Tusk and keep his Sea Scarabs on the field? We also should have probably done it on the other one, by the way. We should have done it on the 2-1 instead of the 2-3 if we're not going to pull the Wanderer anymore. So what if we do this? I know we're letting him go deep, right? I know we're letting the opponent go deep because of the Scarabs. But opponent could technically toss too much. They're not playing Maokai, so him tossing too much is not a problem for us. So this puts him down to 18. One more unit puts him down to 9. Pyke is not going to be enough, though. Yeah, so he goes deep here. So what I wanted to do is keep enough units alive that I can, like, kill the Scarabs. But we're not actually even at 6 attacks. So no matter what, we're going to still lose to the Scarabs, just putting so much damage on us. Opponent gets the Nautilus as well. Of course they do. Opponent gets the Nautilus. This is so far away because we didn't get any Snapjaws this time around, or didn't get any of the Rek'Sai on top of our deck. Yeah, so he's gonna go for it. Which means that we're gonna have to block. What if we go like this? What if we go like this? Is there a world where we actually ever kill that Nautilus with Pyke? He would have to get really, really low for that to be the case. The other option is us getting the Jewelfish, right? Jewelfish could be an interesting consideration. It's just tough. It's just gonna be very tough. These guys are gonna die to the Sea Scarab blocking for free. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to actually attack with them. You get the Rek'Sai. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and summon Rek'Sai. And I like summoning Rek'Sai here. Just so that we can potentially buff everything up. I'm gonna do a second Rek'Sai. If the opponent has a second Devour, then they have it. It's gonna be the Vengeance. Okay. Let's do it this way. Let's go this way. Let's sacrifice this little guy. Now we have blockers for his Sea Scarabs, right? We have blockers for his Sea Scarabs. So opponent just showed us they don't have another Devour. They keep taking damage on the Nautilus, so we could potentially kill the Nautilus with Pyke. Okay, well, never mind. Nautilus gets healed up because of the Mega Tusk. Do you really have all your sea monsters in your hand already? That's unfortunate if he does. Pyke is only at 5, so he can't even kill any of this. And he gets an Undergrowth, so then the opponent just wins with the open attack. Yeah, he just wins with the open attack. Because the Pyke is not enough. So for us to not lose to the open attack, we're going to have to literally commit the Pyke without killing anything. So we're going to have to commit the Pyke without killing anything because the opponent had the 2 ways to deal with the Rek'Sai. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for opponent that we had a second Pyke in top of our deck. Unfortunate for the opponent that we had a second Pyke on top of our deck. Pyke is actually leveling up. Unless the opponent has the Reptile. What is he doing? So this is lethal. It's not fully lethal yet because we can kill the kill this guy, right? We probably need to go like this, like this, like this. And then I guess do the Pyke. Probably means that the Pyke levels up afterwards, right? If the opponent has a second Vengeance or has another Nautilus spell, we lose the game. I would have, like, if he didn't have that Nautilus spell to begin with, we could potentially have Pyke leveled up, right? Opponent is very likely to draw another Nautilus spell because they only have 4 cards left in their deck. If they have another Vengeance, we also lose. Opponent doesn't need to block, right? So opponent doesn't need to even block Pyke, and they're still okay. If we get yeah, opponent doesn't need to block Pyke. We just top deck a third Pyke though, right? Oh, that's absolutely nuts. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. If the opponent has one more sea monster, we lose the game. If the opponent has any sea monster, we lose the game. And it's very likely that they have another Nautilus. Either in their hand or in the deck. The game tried to save us, but it's not going to be enough. GG's. Just do it, man. Oh, what is he going? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he playing? What is he playing at? Like, obviously, okay, so you have a spell in your hand. Obviously, you're gonna summon Nautilus next turn. So you either have a Nautilus in your hand that you can just summon this turn, which you could have just won by doing the Nautilus spell. Or you're gonna top deck a Nautilus this turn, and you know that we only have one card in our deck, so you can just play whatever it was. Why delay it? Why waste our time? Why waste our time? The opponent's actually gonna lose. The opponent's actually gonna lose here. We got another Pyke. The opponent has no cards in their deck, and we don't give him a target for the Nautilus. We actually got another Pyke. Opponent actually lost. Wait, are we actually gonna win this? Opponent actually lost. How did the opponent lose that? What was the card that was in their hand then? Was it Undergrowth? It had to be like Undergrowth or Battlefeast or something then? Because if it was a Vengeance or it was a... Yeah, oh my goodness. What was in his hand? GG's. Wow. I did not expect to win that. Wow. Well, how many Pikes was that? That was 4 Pikes, right? GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Viego Elise. Okay, so the opponent has ways to remove my Rek'Sai. So I don't know if Rek'Sai is ever actually gonna do anything in this game. But I do want her to still kind of be summoned in the field so that we can get advantage. I think I'm gonna go for like an early curve. This guy loses to a Battlefeast, so probably want to do Sharkling first. I want to do the Sharkling first. Although, I mean, I guess this is always going to die to a Battlefeast regardless, right? But if the opponent uses a Battlefeast, then it means that they don't actually get the value later on. Fortunately, we get the Rek'Sai back in our deck, back in our hand, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Opponent gets the Elise. Don't think I need to actually commit the Hammer thing just yet. Maybe now we commit it. Yeah, we commit it now because obviously we don't have anything else to do. I'm gonna just block this. Opponent could have the Battlefeast to stop that. I don't think I'm too upset about that. We can just sacrifice it into the Elise next turn. If the opponent uses the Battlefeast there, it's one less Battlefeast that's gonna go into our Hatchling. Which is why I probably don't mind. I probably save the mana though, right? I guess the opponent could have the set. Yeah, so this is the Battlefeast. So they do the first Battlefeast, means that we can do the Hatchling and not have to worry about the first Battlefeast. If the opponent has a second one, then yeah, that would be a problem. We can do the Cersei Collar, just guarantee that we hit some nice stuff here. We get the Pyke. Opponent gets this. I think we go like this. I think I'm okay with this. If the opponent wants to block with the soldier, I'm a-okay with that, right? Because the opponent could sacrifice their soldier right here and call it a day. At least I'm gonna decide to keep my... I guess we could have attacked with the Hammer Fin, but I didn't want to put damage on it with the Encroaching Mist on the field and let him get value off that. So I think it's fine to do it this way. Opponent's gonna have what? Opponent's gonna have Viego here potentially. He could Blood in the Water and then Rek'Sai. Oh, that's not a Viego. Kind of like that. Kind of like the Rek'Sai play here. I kind of like the Rek'Sai play. We get rid of the blocker, right? Opponent will need to have another Battlefeast. Doesn't have the Battlefeast. We still rally. If opponent attacks with the Deserter, then they're just gonna lose to the Pyke, right? Pyke is already at 2, so Pyke is already at 3. I guess opponent has to block, right? I think we don't block. I think we just summon Rek'Sai and call it a day. I don't think we ever block, because we can always just kill this with the Pyke next turn. Pyke is gonna be strong enough to kill almost anything. Flock. Okay, so I'm glad I ended up not blocking anyway. So he's gonna obviously block with the hammer fence now. Rek'Sai still gets a lot of value here because he's pushing. Oh, we missed the lurk. We missed the lurk. We still get sits though. Still get sits, which is pretty good. I like the Cersei collar. I guess we just mute this person. Or we just do the Pyke now then, right? Especially with another Pyke in our board. Yeah, we just do the Pyke. We just do the Pyke before he's able to buff this up even further. And we have another Pyke in top of our deck, right? Which means that Pyke is actually gonna level up this game. Well, I guess we're one off from the level up. We're one off from the level up because we missed the lurk last time. Missing that lurk last time was actually huge. Because now we're one off from the level up. Unless the opponent decides to attack with Elise. I guess we could always sacrifice. That's not enough to level up Elise. So that's the third Elise in their game. That's not enough to level up Elise, my friend. We could sacrifice this Pyke and then do the second Pyke to finish up his stuff. I guess opponent's just gonna go like this. I think we have to go Cersei collar because we need to be able to have the Pyke mana to be able to answer. This is interesting. Blood in the water lets us rally, which could be pretty powerful with Pyke on the board. The Rek'Sai is too good to pass up though. But the Rek'Sai is just vulnerable to like... You know, I'm gonna do the blood in the water. Because we also have the overwhelm here, I think that's fine. Opponent's gonna decide to go like this, which means that he gives us the value to go here, here. So next time we have 8 mana. He's probably gonna have Flock, right? So he's probably gonna have Flock. That's his third Elise. Because he really used Calling Sensation last turn. This guy will just die to the Spiderling. Opponent needs to Flock this. Yeah, and they do. In which case, I actually don't want to summon Pyke just yet. I want to make Pyke be our answer to a Atrocity if we need to. He's gonna Undergrowth this. So I guess we're just gonna Doomkeeper next turn. So that's the second Undergrowth, and that's the second Battle Feast and a Disintegrate that we just saw go down the drain. We can go like this. Is that enough? It is, right? Well, it's not enough. No, we just level up Pyke. We just attack and level up Pyke, right? Unless we miss the lurk again. We actually missed the lurk again. We're gonna have to rally. So we're gonna have to rally, but the rally doesn't solve anything. We actually missed the lurk twice. Wow. So it had to be the Pyke. Wow. Yeah, it had to be the Pyke. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Wow. If we hit that Pyke, we just clear his whole board, by the way. That's why I wanted to attack first, because the Pyke was one away from leveling. The Pyke was one away from leveling, but, I mean, it's just how Lurk goes. Missing Lurk twice, though. Missing Lurk twice is not usually how this deck goes, especially because we only have 6 non-Lurk cards. So, and we had already used some of them in the game as well. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Darkness. I haven't seen people play Darkness recently. Obviously, it means our Rek'Sai is going to have a really bad time. I like the Snapshot a lot, and I like the Chronomancer a lot. I like this whole hand. If the opponent has the 2-drop, the Catalyze, they're going to have to play Chronomancer. Right? We took a big gamble, because if we didn't get a 1-drop, we would have missed on our turn 1 lurk trigger. So I wouldn't recommend doing what I did. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing what I did. I completely forgot that we had the turn 1 attack token. You always want to get a 1-drop, so that's a misplay. That's 100% a misplay. Do we risk it? If we risk it, it means that the opponent will be able to get the trigger twice, which we don't want. So I think we don't risk it. I think we just wait until this turn to do it. Because if we miss the Lurk, there, opponent can block and then be able to hit again. Vulnerable. I think I like the Cersei collar. We already have the rally in our hand, so there's no reason to do anything else. One is gonna potentially Battlefield, so I'm okay. I'm okay. You wanna block? You wanna kill this one right here? Be my guest. You're still gonna get hit here. You will need to have another Pokey Stick, right? We still get the Snapshot next turn. I guess your Darkness does become a little bit better this way. Want to keep the Cold Pack for potential Pyke or Rek'Sai that we might draw. So I think we just have to Snapshot this turn. Opponent could technically have... Wait, this is such a free Snapshot now. Maybe the opponent's scared of like a Pyke, but the Pyke is not strong enough to even kill his Veigar yet. Right? So I think we go like this. Opponent can go ahead and do Veigar or Roadmaker. That's better than we expected. Don't think I need to block. I think what we're going to do is that we're just going to do the Cersei Collar. Both of our Lurk units are big enough to kill the Roadmaker. And we get the value here. We don't get what we're looking for. I think I'm going to skip. I think this is a skip game. It is a chance that we miss the Lurk now though, right? So there is a chance we miss the Lurk. We're good gamers, we never miss it. If he wants to take this block here, I'm okay with that. Just it means that we will push 10. He doesn't take it. Missed call. That's a very sad missed call. That's a very sad missed call. Because we had the Overwhelm as well. Now we get another Cersei Collar. We could technically Cersei Collar and Rally too this turn. But I like the Doombreaker. Opponent doesn't have enough to do like a Ruination if they play it. So the Doombreaker is going to push a lot of damage that the opponent's going to have to deal with. I'm going to do it. I mean, if the opponent at most could have Vengeance here, not Ruination, because they only have 8 mana. So they're going to do the Piercing Darkness. Alright. That's a good punish for that. But again, next time we just do Cersei Collar and then we're going to have the Rally available. Yeah, we can save the Snapjaw. I like the Under Titan because we're gonna be able to get him overwhelmed, right? If opponent tries to do Ruination here, they lose to the Snapjaw. We have the Rally available. We can Snapjaw plus Rally if we need to, which I think is actually correct in this scenario. I think I like the Snap. Well, so if we Snapjaw here, for us to Snapjaw, we have to wait for the opponent to first. I think we attack first. We attack first. I wonder, if I Snapjaw there and the opponent has Ruination, then it's a big punish, right? At least this way, opponent's gonna have to block here. They still take 7 damage. We can Snapjaw and then Rally and still be able to finish the game. Stress defense, okay. Maybe the Rally's not that good this. Vengeance? Okay, maybe the Rally's not that good then at this, in this stage. Because we can just Snapjaw next turn. We have enough to do a Snapjaw plus the Under Titan. So I think it's okay. It's also a consideration for the Rally. 3 sits. For us to do the... I'm willing to block this. I'm willing to block this every time. Because now we just do the Snapjaw. He answered my question for me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to Snapjaw, and the opponent gave it to us. We should have probably done, by the way, what we should have probably done is, should have definitely done like the Call the Pack, by the way. 100% should have done the Call the Pack. We also should have done the Under Titan, because it would have given my unit the stuff right away. Right? Because opponent could easily have Vengeance here, I guess. Double Blood in the Water, that's 10. So let's say that the opponent has Vengeance. Then we put ourselves in a bad spot now, right? By doing it this way. Because if they have a Vengeance, they can always just kill our units. So what if we just Joelfish? What if we just Joelfish and force the Ruination out? If the opponent plays a Ruination, I want to force it out right now. Opponent could technically also have double Vengeance. Because what I want to do is that I want to blow in the water next turn. With our Under Titan. I think killing Vega right now is fine. Stops the opponent from... Like, if the opponent has a second Vega, they will have to use it right now. So there you go. So they have the Vengeance. That's why the open attack was never correct. And why we probably needed to develop the Under Titan last turn. Instead of this guy. Willing to attack here. This is only dealing... you know, this is only putting us to 4. The Darkness is still... sorry, this is only putting us at 5. Darkness is only doing 4. I guess he could technically have Bow Fist or Pokey Stick. I just need the opponent to tap out of Vengeance so I can summon the Under Titan. As long as the opponent has a way to remove the Under Titan, it's not correct to play him. In my opinion. So we have to bait him into doing the Darkness, right? I guess the opponent will have to Vengeance this now, right? Opponent probably needs to Vengeance this now. Or does this right now? Okay. I wanna do this right now first. So the reason I wanna do this first, and we should have done this on the face, by the way. Exactly. So I wanna do this first. This is gonna be not enough. Not enough. Yeah, opponent, just get your free damage in. We obviously always gonna attack. We get Fearsome. We missed the Lurk, by the way, so he saved himself 1 damage. So we missed the Lurk there, which means that we're in trouble, because now the opponent's gonna be able to Vengeance this. We missed the Lurk! I can't believe that. But we have another one here. Opponent could easily have a second Vengeance. Passes your nerf? That's not enough, right? Yeah, that's not enough. Whew. That second Vengeance would have been a punish. We didn't get our champions this game, but we were still able to push through, so yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Thralls. So Thralls. I think we can put enough pressure on them. The problem is our cards are very vulnerable to his removal. I like the Cersei collar. And I like the Snap Job, but the Snap Job on turn 2 probably not the greatest. We have the one drop here. Okay, well, no, I don't want to do Call the Pack. I think Call the Pack is gonna mess up our draw too much for it to ever be worth it. I think. Ooh. I guess we do it now then. I guess we do it now. Now that we got the Pyke to be a good target, is better than not doing it. Because at least now we know we can use Pyke later on. We can Snapjump next turn. I guess it's gonna die to Alessandra, unfortunately. But I still think it's worth it. I think it's worth it just to start working on a Lurk. Oh, we hit the Rek'Sai too. Oh, that's a pretty nice high roll. So now this girl is gonna die to like anything, right? Including the Treasure Seeker. So it's not a big deal for us. We can do the Cersei collar, guarantee that potentially we get something else. What did we skip here? I like the skip. I think this is one of the times where I think skip is actually better. Because I think that we actually want to hit one of our bigger units, right? So I don't like the fact that we only saw like that 1 health unit there. I'm gonna do the Walking Stance right now too. I want to, like, the opponent cannot avalanche this. Because if the opponent avalanches, they lose their Tristana. Sorry, their Lysandra. And if they don't avalanche, then they still take all this damage and they lose their Lysandra anyways. I guess they could Rabin now, right? So they're gonna Rabin after this attack. Yeah, the fact that they're doing it like this tells me they're gonna have Ravine, but we still have to push 7 damage, which is the goal that we were looking for. Opponent goes down to 13. We literally have a Pyke, but we're probably gonna do the Snapjaw first. So we can do the Snapjaw. We always gonna potentially hit Lurk here because we have, yeah. Oh wow, we even get free here. Sure. Be my guess. Then Rek'Sai levels up next turn. Okay, so I guess he gets one of them. This is adding 5. So Pyke is at 6. So we wanna do Rek'Sai. We wanna do the Rek'Sai. Opponent could easily have, like, even if the Rek'Sai doesn't level here, I think that's fine. Because what we want to do is that, like, the opponent's gonna have Sense of Time, right? Even if the Rek'Sai doesn't level, that's okay. Because what I want to do is be able to buff up the Pyke to be enough to be able to actually kill his units. Opponent's playing with fire, I think. Opponent's playing with fire, because now we just leveled up Rek'Sai, right? Like, now we just leveled up Rek'Sai. If opponent has Sense of Time, they needed to use it right away. Now we level up Rek'Sai. And our units, and our Pyke can actually... Our Pyke is going to be at 8. So 1 plus 7. Opponent actually just sacrificed the whole board just like that. I'm okay with this. I don't need to do anything. Like, actually. Because we can do Sharkling plus Redfin. Or we can just save our Pyke.
Keep your eyes on the horizon and your feet on the ground.
So, like, I can do this. And this. I guess we make ourselves vulnerable to, like, Avalanche next turn. Opponent has 9. We even get a Snapjaw, which is actually presenting lethal. So opponent needs to actually block the Snapjaw. Let's do the Cersei Collar then. That's all we're looking for. We're looking for the rally.
We have to go.
I want to force the opponent to block. I want the opponent to have to block here. I want the opponent to have to block this, right? Which they're going to have to do with the Cavern Keeper. Or I guess they're going to block with Talia. Ishar. So then they're going to set up... They're going to try to set up the... I guess the... Well, no, you don't have enough mana for Avalanche. I guess you have to have another Ishar. It said that we can just Pyke here. We can just Pyke the Tavern Keeper. We can Pyke the Tavern Keeper and open attack. Opponent probably thought he had 1 more mana. Opponent thought they had 1 more mana to do Avalanche plus Ishar. So they miscounted their mana. So yeah, GG's. But look how big our units, guys. Snapjaw is so good. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Deep. So Sea Monsters versus Lurk, which are kind of like Sea Monsters as well. I really like this hand. I'm actually going to kick the Sharkling away. I think because we have like all this value here. Yeah, this is better. Because we have the 1-drop, right? We can attack with the Treasure Seeker. We only have 4 other cards in our deck that are Lurk, so our chances of hitting Lurk are really big. And we hit it. So we hit the Lurk. We can do the Snapjaw next turn and do the same thing. If opponent doesn't block here, it's because opponent has... Yeah. So by them not blocking here, opponent just telegraphed that they have the 2-drop. So what tells me is that they have the 2-drop, the fish. They still give it to us though? Interesting. You have to block now. Maybe they're getting greedy. Maybe they have Lord of the Depths and they have this. Yeah, oh wow, they're getting super greedy. So that tells us they have the Lord of the Depths plus the 2-drop. I'm going ahead and just summon my Pyke. Even if he summons the Lord of the Depths plus the fish right here, I'm okay with that. Yeah, so Lord of the Depths. And now comes the fish. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. You have to block. I guess he's setting up for Bone Skewer. I feel like that's a low value Bone Skewer though. That feels like such a low value Bone Skewer. Now we're gonna do Snapjaw again. I guess opponent can block, right? With the Dread Dredgers. I think I'm okay with this though. I think we just do the Snapjaw, keep making our guys... Oh, and we hit the Rek'Sai on the top. So now our guys are becoming bigger and bigger. We have the Hammer Fin if the opponent summons anything. If the opponent doesn't summon anything, we can just pass. Because we can save mana for the depths from below. So we go like this. Opponent's not able to heal here. Rek'Sai's already... Because we had double Snapjaw and we also hit a Rek'Sai, Rek'Sai's already ready to level up. And opponent tapped out of Vengeance mana. So opponent tapped out of Vengeance mana and our Rek'Sai is gonna potentially level up right here. Wait, what? This is potentially 10. This is 14. I'm gonna go like this. Technically, we could keep the Hammer Fin, but I feel like I want to kill the Mega Tusk. I want to kill the Mega Tusk. Yeah, we hit the Lurk, we hit the Rek'Sai, Rek'Sai levels up. I want to kill the Mega Tusk, and we're presenting lethal this way anyways, right? So we're presenting lethal this way anyways. I guess opponent could have Biofeast or Undergrowth, but because they could have the Undergrowth, they can always kill the Hammer Fin Sprout, right? Because the Undergrowth does 2. So maybe they were baiting us. Maybe they wanted us to pull with one of our other units so that they can Undergrowth this one. Yeah, there you go. So we had to do it this way. That way we guarantee the kill on the Mega Tusk and the opponent still lost the value. And guess what we have here? We have a rally. Next one we have 6 plus 3, that's 9. So we have enough to do rally plus Death from Below, which I think I'm completely okay with. We can even do the rally to hit the face, meaning that even if the Chronomancer hits the Nexus, is enough. Oh, and the opponent didn't let us do it. The opponent didn't let us do it. A little bit unfortunate there. I would have loved to see that rally. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Viego, Katarina. And Elise. I always forget about the Elise. Okay, I don't mind this. I think it's going to be good to get the Rek'Sai bigger. Not having a 1-drop is kind of a big problem, though. I think it's really greedy for us not to go for the 1-drop. It's really, really greedy for us to not go to the 1-drop. As much as I like this hand, I think it's really greedy for us not to go for the 1-drop. Wow. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we have to go for it. There's no question about it that we have to go for it. Because we have attack token on 1, so we have to be able to attack on turn 1 and get our value here. If opponent has Elise on turn 2, then it's a little bit annoying. Doesn't have Elise. I'm gonna pass. Oh well, no, we can do the Snapjaw for free now, right? We don't need to pass because the opponent didn't play the Elise, so now we know that we can just play Snapjaw for free. We can do Chronomancer on turn 3. But if we do that, opponent's gonna just be able to do their soldier, the Cameroon soldier. I always think it's still worth it though, right? So opponent does the Cameroon soldier right here. And that's why it was worth it to use it. That's not a Cameroon soldier. And that's a Biofeast that the opponent just spent, so I feel good to pull my hatchling down. Do you have a second Biofeast? Okay, well, that's not a second Biofeast, but it's just as annoying because you can kill this hatchling anyways. You can kill the hatchling anyways. A little bit unfortunate. It's Katarina. The one of Katarina. It's pretty good for him. I still think it was worth it to always summon the hatchling, and either the opponent has the second Biofeast or like that they had the Katarina. The good thing about Katarina is that every time she goes on the field, she's gonna leave the field, right? So it's not doing anything to us. You can summon her anytime you want. It's not doing anything to us. Opponent cannot tap out of Vengeance next turn. We could also summon the Hammer thing, to be honest. Opponent knows that they cannot tap out of Vengeance. Because then the Rek'Sai just kills him. I guess he could have Katarina plus... Yeah, this is kind of annoying. I guess I could have Katarina plus like something else. I think we just go for the Rek'Sai play. I think we just go for the Call the Pack. We should have summoned the Hammer Things not last turn, but last turn, yeah. Opponent has the Vengeance in their hand. In which case, I'm gonna go ahead and fully commit. I know the opponent's gonna have Vengeance in their hand, so obviously I'm never gonna play the Rek'Sai. So I might as well just do it now. Opponent goes ahead and stuns this. That's fine. Or I guess it could also just bring that. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and do it like this. Let's go ahead and just kill everything. Obviously, opponent's going to be able to block here, but that's okay. We're still going to push 6 damage. 7 damage, actually, right? So we still get to push 7 damage. Opponent plans to 6. We have an Overwhelm unit on the field next turn. And we have the Sirturmund collar. We have Rek'Sai that's pretty much leveled up as well. So opponent has a lot of things to worry about, right? And opponent just committed a Sentry. I actually forgot about the Sentry. I was playing around Vengeance instead of Sentry, but I'm pretty sure that the opponent still has Vengeance. But I guess he wasn't really keeping 6 mana for Vengeance. He was just keeping the 3 unit mana for the Sentry. So maybe they actually don't have the Vengeance. The Katarina doesn't really do anything for them because they don't really have a board. They also haven't summoned a single Encroaching Miss, which means that their soldier is actually not that big either. We can do the second Hammerfin Sprout, or we can just do the Doomkeeper here. I kind of like the Doomkeeper. It's an Overwhelm, so the opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with it. Your opponent passes. I think we always pass back and just develop super heavy next turn. Ay. I'm a little bit tired too. Let's see. What's your play here, my friend? What is your play here? It's a hard turn for them, right? So they play the Viego, which means I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this and do the Sirturmund collar and just go super wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this. Have the Sirturmund collar go super wide. We can always just yeah, I mean it didn't matter. We're 3 wide, right? We can just attack with all 3 wide units. Probably even open attack though. I think we always summon the Rek'Sai. I guess if we summon the Rek'Sai, we get punished by another Sentry. So probably actually had to be the open attack and just pull the Viego. It was tough. It was tough because our predictor wasn't that good. So it probably have been a skip. But yeah, GG's. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoy those games. I mean, you know, it's Lurk. Sometimes you win with crazy high rolls. Sometimes you lose, as you saw in that deep game where we decked our opponent out because we just kept drawing into Pyke over and over and over again. In terms of mulligan, it's pretty straightforward. If you're attacking on 1, you want to go ahead with your Sharkling, Treasure Seeker, or Hatchling. And if you don't have them, you want to mulligan everything away and try to get a 1-drop. Because setting that Lurk on turn 1 is very, very important. If you already have a 1-drop, then you know you can keep stuff like Chronomancer. I think keeping Chronomancer can be really good early on because it lets you predict and it's 1 less non-Lurk card in your deck. I like keeping the Snapjust Swarm because you can use it on the opponent's attack turn and be able to start increasing your Lurk. And the Sirturmund collar is also my other choice for a keep. So if you already have a 1-drop, then I will keep Chronomancer, Swarm, and Sirturmund collar as our options. You never want to keep your champions because you want to be able to have them on top of your deck to get the value from their abilities. And you never want to keep your late game stuff either. You want to draw into them later on in the game. So those will be my suggestions. Hopefully you have some fun with this deck. I used to love Lurk when it first came out, but I don't know. The Pyke nerf, even though we did get a rally now, the Pyke nerf still leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and I don't think the deck is as good as it used to be in the past. As always, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below. You can also subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Twitch.tv, where we stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Twitter and Discord. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you all again 2 days from now. So yeah, have a good one.